In the midst of our first conversation, Asher was normally perverting the scriptures, saying that God created this holy court that he put above the people to obey. Later we'll find out in the Torah there's no such command. And then he dropped his perverted spirit on me. But
if they make a distinction between civil law and Torah law, in other words, they're not saying if you don't keep Hanukkah, you're breaking Torah, right? But you're not listening to this court, which God put above you to keep you progressing. That's it, right? Like, why is that too complex? Like for someone to accept that if it's not in the Torah, then everything's allowed. Because I guess lesbianism is allowed, right? Because that's not clearly not in the Torah, right? But the rabbi, the court, prohibited it because it was an emulation.
Lesbians is not put in the Torah.
No.
You trying to say homosexuality is not in the Torah?
Lesbianism is not in the Torah.
Okay, come on, Asher, man. Asher, really? Asher, So you're trying to tell me, Asher, come on. Let's just be real for one quick moment, man. Let's just be real. Let's get out of the world of religion for a second.
Sure.
You're gonna try to tell me that that the Father in heaven, when he lays down the rules, when we read in Leviticus of what the nations does and what we're not supposed to do, right? So a man can have sex with a man, but it's okay by the Almighty for a woman to have sex with another woman?
We're talking about what appears in text and what was later developed by the courts. The text only says
you just said, Asher.
Hold on.
Asher, you just said. Asher, you just said. You know what I mean? It's common sense, man. You just said that.
There's no word in biblical Hebrew for homosexuality. It says that a man should not lie with a man like he does with a woman. Okay. The court extended that to include women doing similar acts with other women in any capacity. Okay, I'm just saying one appears in the Torah and one doesn't. You should just be as enthralled or as appalled that how can anyone prohibit lesbianism if it's not in the Torah? How can you say that a Gentile is commanded to keep 7 laws if it doesn't appear in the Torah? There's a distinction between civil law and what literally appears in Torah, but you fail to see that distinction.
But Asher, you just said that. You just said that. Just correct me if I'm wrong. You just said that. You know what I mean? Just because it does not say a woman's not to lie. Wait a minute. It kind of. So if it does not say that, right? According to you and everything, if it does not say that, would you say that okay, it's an abomination for a man to have sex with a man, but it's okay for a woman to have sex with another woman?
Nope, because God commanded us to establish a court of judges, 7 elders. Moses is making 71.
Okay, so you're just trying to say you're trying to say according to the all right. So according to the Torah, according to the Torah that it says a man should not lie with another man, right? And however, it does not say in the Torah that a woman should lie with a woman. However, you're saying that the eldering ruling body could go ahead and make up a rule and then make up a rule to say women are not allowed to stay with women.
Correct.
Okay. On a second call, I wanted to confirm some issues regarding Noahide laws and lesbianism. How it's not written in the Torah. And I was maybe thinking that Asher wasn't in the right spirit, that he probably would correct himself. But unfortunately, he exposed his perverted spirit again. You did get me regarding of man versus man and how the Torah doesn't say that. And it made me go ahead and research that myself and everything. I thought it didn't say that, but it did say that. However, and I can admit that and everything. However, I just don't agree with the fact that if anybody reads Leviticus 18 and they read all the things, all this forbidden sexual practices, I just don't think it really needs to be said that a woman shouldn't sleep with a woman when the Almighty detests a woman sleeping with an animal. But I was just like I understood your point of view, And correct me if I'm wrong and everything. Since the Torah doesn't say it, it's allowable, and it's allowable. However, since the judges has the divine authority from Deuteronomy 17:8, they made up the law regarding of lesbian, and if lesbians has to follow that law because the judges has the divine authority to make up that law. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Bruh.
All right. The occult leader Adversary agrees with the blasphemy doctrine that the ancient judges came out with laws for lesbians to obey, inspired by Leviticus 18 to correct the Creator. Because the Creator forgot to tell Moses to write it down in his Torah, as if the 17th sexual abomination.
Chapter 18. Then the Lord said to Moses, Say this to your people, the Israelites, I, the Lord, am your God. So do not act like the people in Egypt, where you used to live, or like the people of Canaan, where I am taking you. You must not imitate their way of life. You must obey all my regulations and be careful to keep my laws. For I, the Lord, am your God. If you obey my laws and regulations, you will find life through them. I am the Lord. You must never have sexual intercourse with a close relative, for I am the Lord. Do not violate your father by having sexual intercourse with your mother. She is your mother. You must never have intercourse with her. Do not have sexual intercourse with any of your father's wives, for this would violate your father. Do not have sexual intercourse with your sister or half-sister, whether she is your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether she was brought up in the same family or somewhere else. Do not have sexual intercourse with your granddaughter, whether your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter. That would violate you. Do not have sexual intercourse with the daughter of any of your father's wives. She is your half-sister. Do not have intercourse with your aunt, your father's sister, because she is your father's close relative. Do not have sexual intercourse with your aunt, your mother's sister, because she is your mother's close relative. And do not violate your uncle, your father's brother, by having sexual intercourse with his wife. She also is your aunt. Do not have sexual intercourse with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. Do not have intercourse with your brother's wife. This would violate your brother. Do not have sexual intercourse with both a woman and her daughter, or marry both a woman and her granddaughter, whether her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter. They are close relatives, and to do this would be a horrible wickedness. Do not marry a woman and her sister, because they will be rivals. But if your wife dies, then it is all right to marry her sister. Do not violate a woman by having sexual intercourse with her during her period of menstrual impurity. Do not defile yourself by having sexual intercourse with your neighbor's wife. Do not give any of your children as a sacrifice to Moloch, for you must not profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Do not practice homosexuality. It is a detestable sin. A man must never defile himself by having sexual intercourse with an animal, and a woman must never present herself to a male animal in order to have intercourse with it. This is a terrible perversion. Do not defile yourselves in any of these ways, because this is how the people I am expelling from the promised land have defiled themselves. As a result, the entire land has become defiled. That is why I am punishing the people who live there, and the land will soon vomit them out. You must strictly obey all of my laws and regulations, and you must not do any of these detestable things. This applies both to you who are Israelites by birth and to the foreigners living among you. All these detestable activities are practiced by the people of the land where I am taking you, and the land has become defiled. Do not give the land a reason to vomit you out for defiling it, as it will vomit out the people who live there now. Whoever does any of these detestable things will be cut off from the community of Israel. So be careful to obey my laws, and do not practice any of these detestable activities. Do not defile yourselves by doing any of them, for I, the Lord, am your God.
Sexual abominations wasn't enough, even sacrificing your kid to other gods. The very mention of this coming out of a person's mouth should create a picture to the audience that's listening that this person has a deviant behavior that's contrary to nature itself. This sign of perversion can frame some type of perversion permission to do whatever because it's simply not mentioned in the Torah. This is evidence of a wicked spirit just waiting to fill one's own lust.